Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, learners, teachers, of course. We also have our parents here and all our guests for this afternoon. So, we're going to have a very special session this afternoon, this Tuesday afternoon, because we will be having our quarter four, week one. So, we are down to our last quarter for this school year. So, but before that, let me just have my screen shared first. And of course, I would also like to greet our early birds for this afternoon. We have, of course, number one on my list is Enrico Dalupan. That's from YouTube. And then we also have number two, Shimari Buensuceso Sagun from San Mariano National High School, Maine. And we also have Lorraine Hibe from Mangahan High School. So I am Tutor Drace from SDO Pasig. And of course, with me, oh, actually, not with me, but always present in our session would be Tutor Arnel from SDO Pasig also. But he's quite busy now. So um, let us have our session for this afternoon now. So we will be your guide for this afternoon, actually every Tuesday afternoon. That's from 1:40 to 2:20 p.m. for English 7. And we are aired live, of course, from DepEd Itulay Facebook page and also our DepEd Itulay in YouTube. So you have two options whether to use Facebook or YouTube. But of course, all Itulay channels or all Itulay websites and Facebook or YouTube are all for your learning. So again, we have English 7 quarter 4 week 1, and today we're going to discuss the features of academic writing. So again, this is Tutor Drace for English 7, and our module reference is none other than Department of Education, Sargent Region. So thank you very much for allowing us to use your module. So now for our quarter 4, week 1 objectives, let us have our three objectives for this afternoon. Of course, we have the objective of the mind, and that is to define academic writing. And then our objective of the heart would be to show appreciation of the importance of academic writing. And of course, number three, or the skills, the objectives would be to apply the features of academic writing through written essays on topics of interest. All these three, we will strive to be able to meet all of them so that your week 1 will be fun filled and, of course, knowledge filled, skill filled for quarter 4. So let us start the week or the quarter right by, of course, informing everybody about the important dates of the fourth quarter. So let us just be reminded that on April 18 to 22, that would be for week 1. And then that's April 25 to 29. We'll have week 2. And for May 2 to 13, of course, we're not going to have sessions during those period or that period because we are going to concentrate on election related activities. And week 3, we'll have it on May 16 to 20. And May 23 to 27 will be for week 4. Week 5, we have May 30 to June 3. Week 6 will be on June 6 to 10. And then for June 13 to 17, we'll have week 7. And then the last week, of course, is especially made for all of you because we're going to have the recognition week, and that would be June 24 or 20 to 24. So that would be the end of quarter 4, and that will be June 24, di ba? Ang bilis na niyan. So now, I told you a while ago that this is a special session or a very special afternoon for everyone because we are going to award Itulay Exemplary Duties for the third quarter for school year 2021-2022. So, of course, we are expressing our sincerest congratulations to all our amazing duties who have stayed with us since first quarter, and we're very very thankful, of course, that you've been very patient and that you're always here with us and motivating and inspiring us to do good every session. So thank you. And now let's see or let's meet our exemplary tuties. First, we would like to congratulate Renz Guyver Calyanta of grade 7 Mark. That's from, or he's from Imelda Integrated Secondary School, SDO Malabon, for being an excellent tutor during the third quarter of Itulay online tutorial in English 7 of the school year 2021-2022. So we have signed this, me as Drazel Sexton for as tutor for English 7, and same with Sir Arnel Camba Jr. And of course, our English program head, that's Maria May N. Sevilla. We have our Itulay project lead, Mark Anthony Hamisal. And the head of ICTS ETU, we have Mr. Mark Anthony C. So this is your recognition certificate. Congratulations, Renz. And of course, we still have some more. Next, we have from grade 7 Mark Liano High School, SDO Caloocan, we have Samantha D. Blasi. Congratulations! And then we also have from grade 7 Pampanga High School, SDO Pampanga, we have Alriza Zidane T. Gaza. And then we also have our ates and kuyas here. Grade 10 Aeolus, Riz Lorraine B. Hibe from Mangahan High School, SDO Pasig. Congratulations, Riz. And then we also have another grade 10 student. We have Genial Von A. Morales, also from Mangahan High School, SDO Pasig. Congratulations. And of course, we have the very consistent student alumnus from Sagad High School, SDO Pasig. We have Mark D. Platon. Congratulations, Mark. And last but not the least, like what I have told you, Itulay is not only for learners, not only for students and teachers, but also for parents who are always willing to support and make their children learn. So congratulations to Mrs. Janet Flood Patayon, a parent from the United States of America. She's been our a very consistent tutor, and thank you very much, ma'am, for always being with us. And congratulations once again for being an excellent tutor and an excellent mom for your daughter, for teaching her always. So, congratulations to all our exemplary tutees. And we hope that you will continue to stay with us, to support us all the way down to the last week or the last meeting of our quarter. And of course, please continue supporting us for the next years so that we will still be learning more or we will still be helping others more. Thank you very much once again and congratulations. Good job, everyone. So now that we are done with our the first part of our session, we now proceed with the lesson for this afternoon. So for this afternoon, let's first activate prior knowledge. So the directions would be to construct a question to match the answers that are provided. So the underlined word or words or phrase is the answer you wish to know. So we have here an example. So you will be guided with our activity or first activity. So the example is this. Number one, they went to a party. Now the underlined phrase is to a party. So that would be the answer to the question that you're going to construct. So what will be our question? Okay. So the question or your answer will be, where did they go? Okay. So if you ask anybody, where did they go? Your answer will now be, they went to a party. So I hope that is clear. That will be the example for our first activity. Again, let me remind everyone that your answer will be posted on the comment section of our live session. So don't forget to write the number of the answer, I mean, of the item that you are answering before typing in your answer. So let us now start with the first item. Number one. Number one, he will buy wine. So the underlined word is wine. What do you think is the question that would answer this sentence. Let us have your answers now on our comment section. So let us greet those people who are now with us. We have Leon Toledo. We also have Jade Gazingan. We also have Sheila May Pawig Lopez from grade 7 Einstein, San Mariano National High School. We also have Danet Gansatao. And we now have our first answer is from Hannah Sulin de la Cruz. Number one, what will he buy? Okay, what will he buy? We also have Julia Poldo. What will he buy also? So let us now check what is the answer for number one. Very good. So the correct answer for number one is what will he buy? Good. Next, let's have number two. Number two, he has visited Italy. Okay, what the underlined word is Italy. So what is your answer or your question for number two? Okay, let us wait for the answer. So they're still typing in their answers for number one. So they are all correct. It's all what will he buy? We have John Joseph Cruz, Mary Rose Dacuno, Kirsten Mingoy, and Daniela Dison. All what will he buy? Congratulations, you got the correct answer. So now let us proceed with number two. Danette Gansata, where did he visit? Okay, also with Hannah, where did he visit? Okay, John Michael Janko, where did he visit? Also, so let us check. Is that correct? Okay, the correct answer is where has he visited? Although you have grammatically correct sentence for where did he visit, we have to remember that we have to consider also the verb tense or the verb form that was given by the statement. So in number two, our verb form is has visited. So it also has to appear in the question that you have created. So you see that we have where has he visited. Okay, don't forget that. Next, let's have number three. They are students. The underlined word is students. What do you think is the correct answer or the correct question for number three? Okay. Number three, they are students. So, what do you think is the answer for number three? Okay, let us check. Okay, so Arvic Erosa, what are they? Okay. Samantha Blasi, what are they? Please don't forget that we are referring here to people. So what would be our correct answer? Okay. Stephanie Jasanta and Samantha Avi Jasanta answered, who are they? Let us check. The correct answer is who are they? Because students are people. So we make use of the interrogative pronoun who instead of what. Okay? Remember, what is only for non human. Okay? Next, let's have number four. For number four, she can come tomorrow. Number four, she can come tomorrow. So, what is the correct question for number four? The underlined word is tomorrow. Okay, let us check who will answer it correctly for number four. So, we would like to greet Almira May Landerito, Rizal Caballero, Pauline Ocampo. We also have Samantha Blasi, El Gungon. Okay, we have an answer here. When can she come? That's from Micah Data. Okay, we also have Fiona Eve. When can she come? Is that correct? Let's see the answer for number four. When can she come is the correct answer. Very good. You got it correctly. So let's now proceed with number five. Number five, we should buy tickets. We should buy tickets. The underlined word is tickets. What do you think is the correct question for number five? What is the correct question for number five? Okay, so we are joined now by Carlette Dejen Langahin, Alriza Zidane Gaza, Okay, now we have an answer from Hannah. What should we buy? Okay, that's from Hannah. From Lorraine, we have what should we buy also. And the correct answer for number five is what should we buy? Correct. Okay, so you got it correctly. That's number five. What should we buy? Okay, now let us check how many items did you get correctly? Okay, how many items? If you got five, if you got five, please give me five happy faces. Okay, that's one happy face for every correct answer. Again, just give me one happy face for every correct answer. So if you had, for example, three correct answers, then you have three happy faces. Paula and Sog, four happy faces. Okay. Next, for Arvik, we have three happy faces and two broken hearts. It's okay, Arvik. You can do better in the next activities. John Joseph Cruz with four happy faces also. Rizel with five. And then we have Renz with also five. Congratulations for those who got perfect scores for our first activity. Don't worry if you got some mistakes. We still have some more activities next time. So, congratulations for those who got perfect scores. Now, let's proceed with presenting the lesson. Now, I would like you to guess the words through the pictures presented. Okay. Now this is what we're going to do or to guess. Okay, we now have here some boxes and of course some letters. We have a C, a D, an M, and a C. And then for the second word, we have a W, a T, and a G. Okay, and these are the pictures that would be given as clues. Okay, we have there a person with a table. So that has some things, of course, to do. They have graphs and tables there. Okay. And then we also have a thesis for that second picture. And then, of course, we also have for the third picture, we have journals and magazines. Okay. What do you call or what do you think is our mystery word for today? Okay. Alriza, Sidain, Gaza, academic writing. Okay, Mark Platon, academic writing also. Nino, academic writing. Are you correct? Let us check. Okay, very good. The correct answer is academic writing. Very good. Now, we will be discussing this for today. But I know, of course, you have some questions in your mind. You might be asking now, what is academic writing? You might have heard of it before, but of course, I know that some of you are still wondering what is it about? Okay? Is there such thing as academic writing? Is do we have some types of writing? So, and of course, the second question that you might be asking is, how is it different with the other forms of writing? Okay? I know some of you already know how to write journals or diaries. You've been writing short stories, you've been writing poetry. Now, what about academic writing? So, these are the things that we're going to discuss this afternoon. So, let us proceed with this one. What is academic? Okay, or what is academic writing? So when we speak of the word academic, it means that it is formal and unbiased. Okay, when we say unbiased, you know, in GMA 7 they have that walang kinikilingan, right? So that is what you are going to do next. It has to be clear and precise. Okay, clear and precise. And then number three, it has to be focused and well structured. Okay. And number four, academic writing also must be correct and consistent. Okay, so these are the four characteristics of academic writing. Now, do we follow certain rules? First things first, you have to take note of this of what is it. Okay, another slide for this would be what is it not. Okay, so academic is not, or academic writing is not, first, it's not personal. Okay, so you don't include the word I for that matter. Next, it must not be long winded. Okay, like what we mentioned in the last slide, it is focused. Okay, so you don't have to give a lot of introduction or a very, very long introduction before you proceed with the topic. And then it must not be emotive and impressive. Okay, now these are the characteristics that you have to take note of when you are doing academic writing. Now, of course, we must also look into the five features of academic writing. So we have here number one, of course, is complexity. Number two is formality. Number three, we have accuracy. Number four, we have objectivity. And number five is precision. So let us discuss this one by one. When we speak of complexity, we are pertaining here to the how complicated is the written material. So it has of course longer words. The text also become more difficult to comprehend in terms of subject matter, language, arrangement of words, and grammar. Next, when we speak of complexity, we are also referring here to the vocabulary used. So it has higher level of complexity, the words are more advanced. It requires more formal words, and the phrasing, of course, is more noun based. The longer sentences containing the clauses are also important, and the passive voice is essential in establishing the objective style that is desired in academic works. So let's have some examples so it will be clearer to you. Now, these two are examples of sentences or paragraphs for academic writing. So as you can see, Filipinos are trained to be courteous from the moment they are born by utilizing these basic catchphrases, po and opo, which are words that end sentences when addressing the elders. So this is an example. So you see that it's quite long. Instead of just saying that Filipinos are courteous, you have to explain it fully. And then for number two, Catholicism was introduced to the Philippines during Spanish control, with missionaries establishing churches, schools, hospitals, and universities, displacing the formerly dominant Hindu, Islamic, and Buddhist faiths. So again, we have some examples there. So some explanations also that will make it more academic. Next, let's have the second feature. That would be formality. Now, when we speak of formality in academic writing, more formal words and phrases are used. So the following characteristics contribute to this higher level of formality. We make use of a more formal vocabulary choice. We also make use, of course, of correct grammar and accurate use of vocabulary and a more objective style of writing. Now, how do we do this? Okay, how do we do this? Let's have some examples for formality. So, in general, this means that you should avoid, okay, the following in your writings. First, we must not use colloquial words and expressions. Like for example, same here, no worries, gonna, or cheesy. Yes, what's up is also an example of that. Next, we also must not include abbreviated forms. For example, wouldn't, don't, can't, or won't. So instead of doing that, you have to make it really long. Okay, so do not make use of abbreviated forms. And then number three, we must not use two-word verbs like hand in, break up, fill out, or keep off. Okay. Now we have, of course, other examples for this. So in general, you should also avoid the following. Okay. For example, for colloquial words and expressions, informal. For informal, you say eating a lot of sweet foods can cause a person to be ill. That's colloquial, a lot. So instead of using a lot, you say excessive. Okay, because that's more formal. Okay, that's excessive. Next, still on formality, for abbreviated forms, we have majority of car accidents occur because of drivers who aren't paying attention. So you have the abbreviated form aren't. So instead of saying aren't, you have to really make it longer and say are not. Okay, instead of aren't. Okay. Next, still on formality, this time for two-word verbs. So instead of this one, the police told the officers to back off. So instead of using back off, you say retreat. Okay. All you need to do is just do some research about synonyms. So it wouldn't be a very, very difficult thing to do. You have your dictionary, you have your Google. Okay. You can make use of that. Next, the third feature is accuracy. Now, for accuracy, we have to make sure that we use accurate terminologies. So, you will be using a lot of technical language, so make sure that you're not using the improper words and phrases. So, for accuracy, please make use, for example, we are making use of the terms assembly, conference, gathering, or meeting. So, if you look at them, they seem they seem to have the same meaning, right? They seem to mean the same thing. But actually, we have some example sentences here. First, the barangay captain called for a general assembly. The PNP chief called for a conference. Okay, we had a simple gathering together with my high school friends, and then the teachers had a short meeting in the office. So you have to make sure of what particular terminology are you going to use. So that is about accuracy. Next, number four is objectivity. For objectivity, of course, when you say you're objective, it means that you are concerned with facts rather than feelings or biases. And for you to be fair in your work, that of course is part of being objective, avoid making value judgment by using terms like amazing or horrible to describe both sides of an argument. Being objective also improves the professionalism and credibility of your work. So don't forget that. And let's have some also some pointers here. So please do remember that you have to make sure that your clear and evidence based information should be the focus of your presentation, and your position should be based on a thorough examination of the evidence and not just some hearsay or not just your personal emotions. And so, in general, you must avoid using terms like I, me, and myself because that is way too personal. Okay, next, for still on objectivity, you have to make sure that any concept that is not cited would be assumed to be your own by the reader. So as a result, it is useless to state this clearly. So don't write, in my opinion, this would be a very interesting topic because it's very obvious that it is your opinion. So instead, you just write, this would be a very interesting topic. Okay, so that would already be understood that that is your opinion. Next, still on objectivity. Okay, so you must not write, I believe money and other tangible incentives have a limited impact, because the word I believe would state that it's your opinion. So instead, remove I believe and just go to think of a certain term like clearly, okay, or obviously, apparently, things like that to make it more academic. Mm. Next, still on objectivity, when addressing the reader or people in general, avoid using the word you. Okay, so for example, you can easily forget how different things were 30 years ago. So just write, it is easy to forget how different things were 30 years ago. So it means that you are already talking to the reader. No need to write the word you. Okay, that's an implied pronoun. Next, the last one, of course, is precision. So, in writing or in academic writing, you need to be specific, especially in dealing with facts, figures, and date. And of course, that's academic content. Inappropriate word combinations, such as someone said, or a lot of people, they are not acceptable for academic writing expressions. So things like 75,000, 90%, 2015 May, September 11, 2013. So these are the data that are more appropriate, very exact for academic content. Okay. And still on precision, you don't write, There were many people that died in ambush. So you're right. How many? There were 15 people died in an ambush. Okay? You have to be very specific. Okay? For example, another example is Pope John Paul II visited the Philippines sometime in 1995. So instead of saying sometime in 1995, you have to specify the exact date. And you write January 12, 1995. Okay? So that would be about precision. So now let us proceed with our activity and let's check whether you have learned something in our discussion. So what you're going to do here is to read each statement carefully, type true if the statement is correct and false if it is not correct. So let us proceed with the following items. Let's have number one. So again, that's only a true or false. Please write true. Don't forget to write the number that you are answering. Okay. Number one, logical organization, precise word choice, formal tone, and evidence-based arguments are important characteristics of academic writing. So, what do you think is the answer? Is this true or false? Micah Angela Data, true. Okay, Arvik Erosa also says true. So let us check which is correct. Very good. Number one is true. Next, let's have number two. In academic writing, it is necessary to use cliches and slangs. Okay, is this true or false? Okay, what is your answer for number two? Are we allowed to make use of cliches and slangs? That's for number two. Don't forget to write two. Arvik says it's false. Okay, Trisha also false, and Lorraine Hibe false. Let us check. Is that false? Very good. So the correct answer is false for number two. Next, let's have number three. For item number three, we have academic writing requires precise language that clearly conveys the author's ideas and important concepts. Okay, let me repeat that. Academic writing requires precise language that clearly conveys the author's ideas and important concepts. Is this true or false? Is this true or false? Let us check which is the answer. Carlette says it's true. Janet, true. Kirsten is true also. So, which is correct? Is that true? Very good. The correct answer for number three is true. Okay, academic writing requires precise language. Next, let's have the next items. Number four, academic writing is typically written in first person point of view. Again, academic writing is typically written in first person point of view. Is that true or false? What is your answer for number four? Okay, Arvik, false. Okay. Lorraine, false. Micah, false also. So let's check. Is it false? Very good. That is false for number four. Next, let's have the last item for testing one's knowledge. So we'll have number five. Proper citation of all the sources and inclusion of bibliographies are required in academic writing. Is this true or false? What is your answer for number five? True or false? Okay, what is your answer? Jasmine, false. Jerick, false. Okay, Arvik is true. Lorraine, true. Mark, true. Okay, let us check. What is the correct answer? Okay, the correct answer for number five is true. Okay, so we need proper citation, of course. So now let us check your scores for testing one's knowledge. If you got a five, again, this is one emoji for every correct answer. So let us have hearts. Okay, so if you got a 5, please give me 5 hearts. If you got a 4, please give me 4 hearts. So let us see who got everything correctly. So let Paula Anso got 5 hearts. Congratulations, Paula. And then we have Argel with 5 hearts also. Rhea with 5 hearts. So Diary with 5 hearts. And then we have Lorraine with 5 hearts. Congratulations. Clara with 5 hearts also. So thank you very much for all those hearts. And congratulations for getting a perfect score for testing one's knowledge. So we're left with one last activity. So the directions for the last activity is this one. You're going to identify which sentence applies correct feature of academic writing. And you're going to type the letter of the correct answer in the comment section. It's just going to be an A or a B. Again, that's A or B only because we have two choices only for every number. We have 3 items for evaluating one's knowledge. So let us have number 1. Number 1, which sentence possesses complexity? Okay, number 1, which sentence possesses complexity? Letter A, when it was promised that things would change in this way, the people in the community rejoiced. Letter B, the people in the community greeted the promised change with enthusiasm. What is the correct answer? Is it an A or a B? Which sentence possesses complexity? Okay. Arvik for B. Okay, let's wait for the others. By the way, let's greet Micah Ann Valdez, grade 7 Galilee from SMNHS Maine. Okay. So we have RK with an A, Leia with a B, Jerome with a B. Okay, let us check. Is it an A or a B? The correct sentence is letter A. So letter A is more complex than letter B. So that would be our first answer. For number 1, we have the check for letter A. Okay, next let us proceed with number 2. Which sentence observes formality? Hmm? Letter A, the stranger doesn't know how to drive a fire truck. Or letter B, the stranger does not know how to drive a fire truck. Okay, which sentence observes formality? We're already in number 2. Okay, John Kiyoshi Layosa of San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School. Okay, now what is the correct answer? John Ronald Apuyan says it's a B. Same with John Kevin and Miggy Nicolas. So the correct answer for number 2 is letter B. The stranger does not know how to drive a fire truck. Why? Because abbreviations are not allowed. Okay? Doesn't is not allowed to be used in academic writing. Next, let's have our last item for this session. Which sentence is accurate? Letter A, that was the best practice in an ancient Greece. Or letter B, that was the best practice in an obsolete Greece. Okay, so first one got ancient and then the second one got obsolete. Which is better to use in academic writing, A or B? This is number 3. Okay, what do you think is the answer for number 3? Okay. So number 3, we're still waiting for some answers. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Diary got a B for number 3. Okay, let us check. Okay, Augie also with a B, Hannah with a B, and then Leah with a B, Francis with a B. So the correct answer for number 3 is letter A. So we're not going to use obsolete. Okay, we're going to make use of the word ancient for academic writing. Okay, so now we only have 3 items for evaluating one's knowledge. So now I'm going to ask you to give me what do we still have? Let us have a clapping emoticon, okay? A clapping hands emoticon. So if you got one or three items correctly, you're going to give me three clapping hands emoticon. So please do it now. Let us check who got the most number of correct items for our third activity. So we're waiting. I'm waiting, I mean, for your hand. So Clara got three clapping hands. Very good. Also with Angela, Pauline, Bess, Almira also. And then we have two clapping hands for Renz and Hannah. And Kirsten got one clapping hands, and then Angela got two, and John Kevin got three, Lorraine got three, Mark Laton got two. Congratulations for doing your best in our activities for quarter four, week one. So let us now have a summary of our lesson. Please don't forget that academic writing should be formal and unbiased, clear and precise, focused and well structured, and of course, correct and consistent. Also, please uh, do take note that academic writing should not be personal, it should not be long-winded, and it should not be emotive and impressive. Okay. So also, please don't forget the five features of academic writing. We have complexity, formality, accuracy, objectivity, and precision. If you remember everything and how to do it, I know you're going to do good in academic writing. And with that, let us check if the objectives were met. So we started with defining academic writing, and then we also had showing appreciation of the importance of academic writing. So that's also a check. And we also applied the features of academic writing through written essays on topics of interest. So we have three checks for quarter four, week one. Good job, learners. And thank you very much for learning with me. As for your assignment, I would like you to look for any written essay, research, reaction paper, a journal, a book review, a synthesis, or a review of literature, and then look for the features of academic writing that we have learned in our lesson today. And then you have to note down and share your observations in our next session. Please don't forget to submit your assignments to Tutor Drace and to Tutor Arnel. You know that already. Memorize nyo na yan on where to submit your assignments. And for our exit assessment, you just have to scan the QR code or copy the link below and answer the Google form for the exit assessment. And also for evaluation or feedback, scan the QR code or copy the link below to evaluate our session honestly. And please do read carefully. And so for in behalf of Tutor Arnel, this is Tutor Drace from SDO Pasig saying goodbye to you and thank you very much for learning with me. I hope that you are always learning and enjoying our English 7 tutorial sessions.